How's it going, everybody? Welcome aboard. I am your conductor today. So go ahead and step off that platform and get on board as long as you have a certified ticket, which I know you do because you're here, right? I hate to throw you off. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the burnt peanut. Was it the burnt peanut problem today?
Even though you're not funny, you don't make your family laugh at the dinner table. I know you don't. What do you tell them? Yeah, I'm just a peanut. I have a...
You literally said the N-word multiple times. I don't know why saying a word means anything, but okay. I did not choose this peanut life.
This is someone
I got turned in.
Who the hell made this video? This is an awful talking over. What the hell?
2-1 by the burnt peanut.
Bro, you're already... Just don't mock. This is cringy. This is
hey
rough.
Everybody, CP here, the cool potato. Just wanted to show off the new stream.
Who the fuck? The cool potatoes. This video starting off hot. I don't think we got this much steam in the train to make it down these tracks. Who made this?
So now.
Is that the VeggieTales guy?
So streaming has become quite popular, especially since 2020, where it saw a huge spike in attention, probably due to things like COVID, where we were all forced inside, and for many in education at the time, you had to put up with makeshift...
It's kind of crazy if you think about it, that COVID was like the best thing that ever happened to some people, right? Some people that blew up off of like COVID and everything, they made a lot, well... I mean, there's a lot of people that made a lot of money off COVID, but like just like normal people who just start streaming, right? It's like, damn, bro. It was like, oh man, COVID's the worst ever. It's like, I kind of blew up because everyone's stuck inside. I made hella money off streaming during COVID.
Then quickly
kind of wild, you know what I mean?
Classes that I'm pretty sure nobody learned a single thing in.
I'm not a child, Heidi. I'm a grown man.
Yo, Randy, you...
Wait, is this a classroom? No way that dude's got... The dude looks like he's got his professional street. He's trying to... Did you see that? Look at that. Look at this guy. Up here. He really pulled out his professional mic. Dude, I bet you this guy... What is this? Is this a classroom? This is grown-ass people in here. What is this? I don't know. I bet you this guy felt like hot shit right here. When he showed up to the meeting with the only one with a microphone, I bet you he felt like it was a flex.
Yo, Randy, you bald as
We've been hacked.
But for many people around that time, especially when the lockdown
Looked like that actor guy, didn't it?
You had to find things to do, which for some turned into learning skills like coding, cooking,
That's
painting,
first,
and
second
maybe
gen.
learning how to properly exercise.
Blizzard driver. Oh,
Or
what
some
the
of them
hell?
Playing the same games over and over till you eventually become fatigued with games in general. And even though you had all this free time now, you just couldn't bring yourself to play a game for even 15 minutes before getting bored, closing the game, and staring blankly at the screen.
Dude, there's so many times, especially when I was younger. What the hell? What the fuck
Watching
did I just
someone
press?
else play the exact same
When I've just like sat there looking at the menu, or just like it's almost like one of those things where it's like you're hungry and you like open the refrigerator like 10 different times, looking inside, just like there's nothing going to change, but you just keep looking in there, just hoping maybe you'll like build an appetite for something in there, but you don't want it. I'll do that same thing with like the Xbox like game lobby, or back in the day, looking through all the like the hard copies of the game, just like hoping that something will just magically be appealing.
game was a different thing entirely. Streaming around this time was already rising in popularity due to key streamers like Ninja.
Had shockwaves after he railed me like that from behind. After he shot on my back.
Yeah. No. Say
After
it.
he came from behind.
Yep.
But now with everyone inside, streaming exploded. We had things like the Among Us craze, a rise in Minecraft viewership due to things like the Dream SMP, where we...
Not gonna lie, I missed a little bit of the Among Us, right? I never really watched streaming back then, but playing Among Us, dude, I played Among Us on the phone. Holy crap, that was some of the funnest and most infuriating like game I've ever played.
Saw a different breed of parasocial viewer. We even saw the appearance of more things like VTubers. But one of the results of COVID, apart from it apparently messing with the fabric of time, where it feels like time is going way too fast now, but another effect was that
I think people get confused on how long COVID was, like how long ago it was. It's because it lasted for like a couple of years.
streaming got more popular, more people tried doing it, and more people got into it. It became mainstream, and even after COVID ended, it only became more popular, which has led to the streamers themselves being looked at more like celebrities. I mean, even celebrities themselves have tried to, in one way or another.
I always found when they had celebrities on board, I don't know, I always found it like just kind of cringy when like these celebrities would start getting involved in streaming. I don't know. I mean, everyone can do what they want. They can do what they want.
Enter the streaming space.
We could be taking questions right now. TikTok, you got any questions for me? What am I saying? I'm saying, please come to Peru. You ate. Appreciate that. Love you, Brunito. When you come into my house. All right, maybe this questions thing wasn't a good idea.
But with streaming blowing up,
Oh no, not this fucking guy. Hey, look, guys, this video is just gonna be me giving my opinion on every streamer. Okay. You wanna know what I think about Neon? I've never seen Neon. I've never seen a clip of Neon where he doesn't have a female in the frame, like farming views from a female. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a short or anything. I don't watch Neon. I've never seen a clip of Neon that didn't involve some girl in it. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? Like
has come with a number
It's not
of
for me, I
negative
guess.
aspects as well. Hate watching is one of them, where people watch you for the sole purpose of preying on your downfall.
Who wants some? You want this? Come get it! Get a job, Dale.
Get a job. What the hell?
You guys keep doing this.
Audience fatigue is a new one, especially if you blow up quite fast and your content is
I've seen this clip.
everywhere.
That girl was like
People
crazy
get
as shit.
tired of seeing you and start to hate you. The only person I've seen that is completely immune to this is Queso. I have not seen an ounce of hate for him except his chat saying he's the descendant of a prehistoric megalodon, which is one of the many ways.
I think Queso is like super like down to earth and like Queso comes. I've never watched Queso, right? But it is true that I feel like he's one of the people I've never seen like people hate on him. I think that's because he is literally like the embodiment of like the cool guy at work. You know what I mean? Like that's just like, you know what I mean? He's completely ready to make fun of himself, joke about himself, and everything like that, right? I think he's like the embodiment of like that kind of that brotherly figure. You know what I mean?
Is they call him fat. There's also a problem with clones where, especially if you get popular for a specific thing or niche, some may attempt to copy you or what you're known for
Oh,
to
hell
reap
no.
the same benefit.
Dude, the amount of people that popped out when like after the Game Awards and BurntPeanut was like hitting over 100,000 each stream, the amount of people that popped out with fucking VTuber vegetables and tomatoes and shit, right? Tomato, fruit, or vegetable? Fruits, vegetables, whatever, carrots, roots, everything, right? The amount of people that popped out, I was like, this is despicable, man. I was like, come on, like you're late. You missed the train, dude. Right? Don't try to VTube as a potato now or fucking asparagus.
And all of which I just briefly described probably applies tenfold to the streamer I'm going
What
to be
exactly
speaking
is
about
this
today.
animal
A
with the
streamer
crown
that
on
at
it?
their peak took over the internet to the point where people of all ages were watching him. A streamer that with each stream would get over 100,000 concurrent viewers, and a streamer that is quite literally a burnt carbohydrate. The burnt
Is that Game of
peanut.
Thrones?
There's a new one though. For some reason, a bunch of Dr. Disrespect champion club members have been coming in. They like think since I'm big now, I'm encroaching on his territory or something. It's like I'm on Arc Raiders, not the playground.
Now, if you don't know
That's
who the
fucking
BurntPeanut
that's a
is, he
diabolical
started streaming
joke.
all the way back in 2022. And when he started, he wasn't a peanut. He was an actual person, a flesh.
Maybe it wasn't a joke. Oh, God.
Almost all records of these past streams when he wasn't the peanut has been scrubbed from the internet to the point where you can only.
Yeah, Steve, make sure we do
Find
this. We gotta scrub any content on the channel that doesn't involve me wearing this hat. We gotta scrub it. Yeah, like immediately. You know.
Singular frames of those
Yeah,
streams.
go ahead and get. No, don't stop shoveling the coal, but at least just do that after the train ride. Yeah, No, you shovel that coal the entire time you were.
But back then, he mainly streamed Escape from Tarkov, the game you only play if you have a gambling addiction or you're a masochist and hate yourself.
I thought CS:GO or Counter Strike was the gambling game.
I can close. Ready? I'm gonna find close up. Ready? For the team, boys.
Bro, look, sometimes I'll get like super antsy like that when I'm streaming, because sometimes I feel like I'm in intense or I'm like generally it's like so focused on not getting got. But that's a new level.
Or, more commonly, you're a hacker.
Yo, that okay, XQC's reaction was more appropriate for this dude. Genuinely, that one scared the shit out of me.
When he began streaming, he was still working a full-time job at a call center for scheduling, with the main thing being scheduled, according to him, being cat waxing. But it was the cat usually...
He was taking calls for scheduling cat waxing?
Most of you definitely aren't used to seeing, if you catch my drift. But when he started, he would stream regularly for around 5 months before giving it up. And he would only return a year later after a friend persuaded him to start streaming again. And after one of his first streams back, he noticed his name was BurntPeanut. So for his next stream, he
What do you mean he noticed his name was the Burnt Peanut? Did he not realize that's what he made it?
And the rest from there is seemingly history. He still played Tarkov, but now as a peanut, and he began streaming more regularly with usually a daily stream that ranged from 2 to 6 hours depending on the day. He also began taking his clips from his stream and posting them to places like YouTube, which assisted in slowly building up his following.
I'm about to show you the power of the Windingulator, the most powerful weapon in all of Tarkov. But
This
do
is
not share it with any.
This doesn't even sound like him. Has his voice changed that much from screaming into the microphone?
Anyone.
Adamantium.
Oh my god.
I got him.
By the end of 2024, he was averaging over 1,000 concurrent viewers, and it would only go up from there at the start of the next year. However, he was still streaming Tarkov, which people didn't really mind. Most were there for his
very much of a kind of a
personality at
niche
that point.
game.
Fucking camping little bitch pussy.
Got your little boyfriend.
Yeah, he's a fucking Timmy, you little.
And you're next.
He's... Oh no. He's got your little
and things like his
boyfriend.
avatar constantly changing, the animations he played before he went into each raid, animations which were made by his brother, and the fact there was never truly a dull moment in his streams was why a lot of people kept watching him.
Love you, nut. Peanut's middle is the perfect place for my froggy penis. I want to wear them like a...
What the hell?
Sweet ass pucker.
And all of this would later be a hallmark of his content.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of streamers out there that kind of have. They're just. I think it's very hard to stay high energy when you're streaming for so long. I think the people who could do that, like the Burnt Peanut, where it's like his entire stream he's got high energy, bro. That is a challenge. That is very hard.
By August of 2020.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's what people want, right? A lot of times people will come into the stream. Even I struggle with it. I come in, I try to have this higher energy, right? And it's like, it's hard to not have it fall off. You know what I mean?
He was averaging over 10,000 viewers, which put him at the top percentile.
And I think, some people can say, oh, it's a lot of like going on. It's very TikTok brain. I don't think it's TikTok brain. I think it's more just like that kind of energy, you know what I mean? The same like reason people like I don't go to clubs or anything like that, or bars or clubs, but people go there for like the energy and the atmosphere, right? So I think when people turn on the stream, they're there for the energy and the atmosphere from it, you know what I mean?
streamers, but his viewership would soon skyrocket in November of the same year, which was partially due to the launch of a game called Ark Raiders, a game that was initially thought to be just another extraction shooter trying to copy Tarkov, and a game that 3 years ago was supposed to be a
that guy was just flying through the air. Did he
game.
not
But
die?
despite what people thought before it launched, it was somewhat of an instant success when it finally released, both with a lot of people playing it and watching it. Peanut began streaming it on release, and quickly he not only became the face of the game, but the face of streaming for
every night. Peanut was on my home screen. I get on YouTube, this dude's streaming over 100,000 people. I was just, every time I saw it was just jaw. I said, holy hell, dude.
quite a while.
Wait, they're saying running.
And it's like, this isn't even IRL streaming. You know what I mean? Like I guess someone else who pulls in like that kind of numbers is like when iShowSpeed is doing like IRL streaming. You know what I mean? Something like traveling the United States, right? Something no one else has done before, right? Like that's the numbers he's pulling in, doing something no one else has done before, like IRL streaming, right? This dude is playing a video game. People have been playing video games on YouTube for the past like 15 years. And it's like you're still going live playing a video game, pulling in that kind of numbers is actually like really impressive.
Dive through.
Oh, fuck.
At this point, you could not escape Peanut. He had broken outside the Ark
What
Raiders
the heck?
category and become mainstream.
This
Every
looks
platform
disturbing.
You've had a clip of his stream or a clip of someone
Is that
talking
supposed to be the Predator from like Alien versus Predator?
about his stream.
Is that
But
what
with
that skin
many
is?
eyes on you, it almost becomes impossible to avoid controversy. Either
Hey guys, if you're on the train, don't be shy. Go back there and get yourself a little can of root beer, a bottle of root beer.
by people clipping you out of context, or even some people going all the way back before you blew up and sharing a clip of you saying a slur.
I would get QD OLED. Oh my god, dude, what is it? What is up with this fat
Hey!
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
End it!
Got
Cut
it.
it off!
He even
You
got
got
into a
you got to
controversy
increase
for
the
being
delay on that
nominated
stream
and
and cut
winning
that
the
thing off.
VTuber of the Year award, which pissed a lot of people off because they don't think he's a VTuber. I mean, he even thinks
Wait,
he's not a
what? If you don't have, I
pissed
think
a lot of people off because
if you don't have an anime aesthetic, you aren't a VTuber. Simple as, period. No shade to Peanut, but he even understands this. What does the V in VTuber mean? What does that mean? Hold on, let me. Fuck it. I'll figure it out later.
they don't think he's a VTuber. I mean, he even thinks he's not a VTuber. He classifies himself as a PTuber. And after facing all of this backlash, he immediately started making jokes at the expense of the people that were mad at him.
That's a VTuber right there.
Is VTuber virtual? Wait, no, isn't it all virtual? Okay, Google. What does the V in VTuber mean? I threw my phone across. I threw it in the all the way in the back of the train. I can't hear it. Hold on. Oh no, I was right. It is. I threw my phone over there, on top of the coal trailer, so I wouldn't be distracted. Virtual, but isn't everything online virtual? Right? How's that make sense?
And listen up, 40-year-old man in a 15-year-old anime 2D VTubing suit.
But if we were honest,
Yeah, let
it
'em
was
know.
The Streamer Awards, the event that most criticized for their theory, it's just an award show for the friends of the people that host it, and the event where there's backlash
30-year-old.
each year for the nominee.
Hold on, I can't read that fast. 30-year-old leads important award ceremony on Twitch. Everyone's criticizing her. Now she speaks frankly.
And award winners anyway. Like, it happens every year. But apart from people digging things up from his past, apart from his classifications as a VTuber or a PTuber, and apart from his controversies, there's already a few problems that have surrounded him, and it's only gotten
Okay,
worse as
let's
it's
see what
gone
the
bigger.
let's
It's
see
to
what the
point
real
now where
problem
it's
is.
widespread and more apparent than ever.
POV, when my friend's boyfriend gives me an hour of screen time, so I genuinely spend it all time watching the Burnt Peanut and gooping. Did that sound like the AI voice?
Ever. And you could say it's at the level now where it's directly affecting the reputation of Peanut. But what are these problems?
Yeah, let him know. Let's see. Clones. Wait, hold on. How is clones Burnt Peanut's problem? Are people getting mad at the Burnt Peanut because other people are trying to copy him? Is that how do you what?
Well, sniff it.
So as I said, when creators blow up, especially for a specific reason, it's natural to see others witness this attention and attempt to recreate it
Jinxie
to
clones that's
potentially
a
get
thug.
a portion of the limelight. This can range from playing the same game to doing the same content to, at worst, attempting to replicate the personality of the original content creator.
I swear to God, if I see any other conductors out here dressed up like a train outfit, you are getting derailed. I'm gonna blow that boiler. You know what I mean?
Queso? You really think I'm queso?
And Peanut is no different from this trend. Actually, in his case, it's much worse. Probably because he's formatted in the way he is. He is simply a peanut with a filter that captures his mouth and eyes, projected onto the 3D Peanut.
I think a lot of people like Peanut because it's like, as long as you understand his humor and everything, like it's you. Like as shallow as people are, when you go to watch someone, normally, you know, if you find somebody's like unappealing, right? You click on somebody, it's like this person's like unappealing, right? Not even like on like an attractive level, right? But as a like a relatability level, right? I think that alone probably like clears a lot of people from like watching. And I think when you have like a peanut on just your face and eyes, I think it captures a much wider audience. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, let's like take someone for like let's take Asmongold for an example, right? Where it's like dude's got a super messy room. He doesn't look very well kept, right? But it's like a lot of people just see that and base everything off of that and just ignore anything else. You know what I mean? Whereas like if you have just a peanut on, right? Like it's more about like what you say than what you look like. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, then get off the train then.
Model. Before Peanut blew up, there was little to nobody with the same format. Ironically, the closest relative to his format he had at the time was actually VTubers. And I know by simply just making
I can't believe you would ever compare the two. They are completely.
But when he did eventually blow up, it essentially became a gold rush overnight. Hundreds of other streamers would adopt
the
an
hell?
inanimate object.
What is that? What is brown on top and green on the bottom?
With their face
Yucky Bondi?
displayed on top of it, which ranged from things like other edible items to items of clothing to random objects to even organs.
What the fuck? What is this? It looks as cursed as anything, bro. I'm not watching. Okay, this is the problem, right? I'm not watching somebody as an organ, dude. Unless it's a particular organ, you know what I mean?
I have a feeling we are soon going to see a peanut clone in the form of a puckered anus that was locally sourced. That would actually be impressive, probably because you'll be instantaneously
There it is! Oh, shit! Oh, no, they censored... a pocket flashlight that was censored with eyes and mouth. That's crazy, dude. You guys some... Oh, man, they should not... they should not have censored it. Just said, forget about it, man. I'm just going in. Literally.
But then again, if you're streaming on Twitch, knowing them, you might be fine. There was also a rise in tutorials walking you through how to make your own BurntPeanut avatar, which only made it more widespread. Now, these streamers obviously knew what they were doing.
I'm not trying to copy BurntPeanut. I say I'm different from the peanuts.
Dude, a Popeye. What is this, a biscuit? Bro, if you're going to do something for Popeyes, make yourself a Popeyes chicken sandwich. People were killing each other over for that. Sometimes I forget, like, I'm going to Popeyes. I'm grabbing a Popeyes chicken sandwich. Sometimes I literally forget about the Popeyes chicken sandwich, like, entire, like, whole thing going on, right? I forgot that people were literally scrapping the street over a Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I say no.
A lot of these new streamers would begin being called peanut clones, and I've yet to see one that has successfully pulled this off
And they're not
managed
going
to gather
to.
an audience that doesn't associate them with peanut.
This just
but are
looks
we seeing a
odd.
trend like VTubers where one person inspires many others to the point where it becomes its own genre? No. As said, I don't see any of these new streamers doing anything
I hope that's a hot
unique,
dog,
and
right?
none have accomplished the goal of branching away from the peanut stereotype. I mean, we had the annoying orange do this shit like 10 years ago, and I don't think there were any successful copies around that time, but hey,
I don't
could
remember
be
the
wrong.
orange.
Maybe a disheveled filled condom will be streamer of the year around this time next year. Even Peanut has picked up on people doing this, and he doesn't really seem to have a problem with it.
I mean, are they? I don't know. I mean, are they kind of hopping on the floor a little bit? Sure, but you know what I mean. It's like whatever. It's like whatever.
I mean, like, why would he really care when you're on top? You know what I mean? Like, why are you concerned yourself? Anybody who's doing this is doing it because they are not popular and they're trying to get popular. You know what I mean? It's like, why would he care, right? The people who are doing that are people who don't even really have an audience. They're trying to obtain an audience. So it's like, why would you even worry about them? You know what I mean? And that's a good take for him, right? It'd be kind of be weird. It's like, oh no, these people are fucking copying me. It's like, brother, the dude's got 0 viewers. Dude's got 5 viewers copying you. Like, it's nothing to worry about.
I mean, I didn't invent the peanut. I didn't. You know, they can do whatever they want. They can, you know what I mean? But follow your dreams. That's what I say. That's what I say.
However, even though there are a lot of
Except for train conductors, you do not copy.
clones, currently there is one that stands above the rest. The ultimate peanut clone, and that is the faithful sheriff.
Ooh, let's fart on him. Well, sniff it.
This dude is doing this shit with a Bible to his side. Is crazy, man. What the hell?
That's it, bro.
We got
He is the very definition of a peanut clone. He is what appears to be the inbred variant of the burnt peanut. He
Inbred?
even has lore that relates to the burnt peanut. Where the story goes, he was turned into a peanut because he disrespected Peanut's friend, Gingy, which outside of the peanut he did actually do. He made a whole video saying she was boring, and apparently they saw that video and responded to it. But in the lore, after seeing Gingy disrespected, the burnt peanut would respond by using his peanut wizard powers to turn this guy into a peanut. That is his lore.
You know what you mean?
Yeah, he turned me into a peanut, actually.
Oh, this is the... Wait, is this the beginning clip I was talking about with that voice? This dude made his own peanut wizard lore?
That's why I'm a peanut. He turned me into one. He's my he's my arch nemesis.
But this isn't the first time the faithful sheriff has done something like this, because he
Okay.
was previously known before his rebrand as Dr. Witnesser, or as most people called him, Dr. Chud. And if it wasn't obvious, this was his attempt in trying to be a clone
This dude is a lifelong copycat?
of Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Witnesser, thank you for the $10, Doc. I'm 20 minutes deep in some spice, hot, acidic, goosebump-driven diarrhea, and I ran out of toilet paper. I'm install 102 in the arena. Can you send Alex in to toss me a roll? Alex is not here today. You're in shit out of luck.
Bro, that was so worth it.
He was quite infamously known around this time for one, constantly saying slurs.
So this guy is like a boost on the train, man. He just follows he follows where everyone else is going.
So, back in the day of the 1910 and 1800s, people would refer to black individuals as
Hey,
He's
yo!
also known as the guy who told an 8-year-old child that Santa wasn't real.
People were saying that Santa Claus isn't real, that your parents just bring you the presents.
Yeah, that's actually true, unfortunately.
No, don't do it.
And that's another lie, and that
No.
people do spread. I
Yeah,
don't teach
hey,
my kids
hey.
about Santa Claus because
Don't listen to this. It's not true. All right. Sometimes I use my train to help him with the transportation.
Because it's not real, and I don't lie to my kids.
He was also known to be heavily religious, and if you had a mic on in his Fortnite lobby, he would try and convert you to some form of Christianity. Even if you have a different religion or you're a child, he will still try and convert you.
Wait,
nice.
Even if it's a kid, he's trying to spawn camping him for the religion is crazy.
I'm playing PS4 right now, but I'm gonna play on Xbox.
Cool.
Yes.
So, listen, I go into games and I teach people about the Bible.
Bro, this is the cringiest shit. This is the... Hold on, let's just... Give me...
About the afterlife.
You know how much that Xbox cost?
What?
You know how much that Xbox cost?
I think he was most known for trying to convert a child and telling them if they don't convert, they will go to hell when they die or something.
Wait, he was banned on... So he was actually trying to do this shit. That's crazy, dude. Look, this is the thing, right? We're just... Leave... When people say... The problem... Listen, I'm just gonna say it. People are always talking about, oh, just leave the kids alone, right? 100%, right? 100% agree. But then it's like on the opposite side of the table, it's like you got this fucking dude doing this. Like it's the same thing but opposite. What do they say? It's same but different, right? Bro, what? You're a grown ass man talking to a kid on the fucking microphone about religion. Come on.
But obviously, with his reputation in the toilet as Dr. Witnesser, he would move on to greener pastures, which was doing the exact same thing he was doing before, but now as a peanut.
So, do you believe in Jesus?
Or
did college teach you out of Jesus? 'Cause that's what they do.
That's crazy
and for
shit.
some reason, he has a bit where he loves being a bit gassy, and he will regularly unload on stream.
Good morning, everybody. It's the faithful sheriff, and today we're going into Fortnite and telling everybody about the good Lord. Everyone's welcome if you're nice and all that.
Do not tell.
Bruh, this is like
Pyrocynical.
This is the worst humor.
About this streamer. Now, obviously, he could not outrun his past.
It almost seems like it's targeted towards kids, right? I mean, this is just a snippet, so maybe I don't know.
And with him doing the same thing he did with Dr. Disrespect, now with the BurntPeanut, he quickly became one of the most hated Peanut clones, because at least all the other clones did their own thing. They never tried to be a carbon copy, and they never begged for attention from Peanut.
Here's the deal. If you get the BurntPeanut to respond to this video by saying, I released you of your peanut bombs, you get your witnesser back.
But because people hated him so much, it has led to a number of things happening. First, someone sent him a fake cease and desist letter, which was said to be from Peanut, which made him promptly end stream because he thought he was going to get sued by Peanut. The second thing was that people started circulating fake rumors about him.
I want to see that clip where he where he sees it in the middle of the stream and then in stream. I want to see that clip.
Cock on his peanut.
Wait, what? Asked us to recreate this. What?
Started circulating fake rumors about him. Someone photoshopped. The second thing was that people started circulating fake rumors about him. Someone photoshopped a cock on his peanut, which was something that happened to the original Peanut, and they made it look like he was requesting this just so he could be like Peanut, and he denies it.
I never said this. I never even knew that these guys existed prior to yesterday when this post came out. Here's a picture of my real penis that you can use. Obviously, this is not me. Y'all have seen me. This person probably weighs about 170. I'm 300 pounds.
People also raided his Discord day one and circulated some rumors there. And third, they have doxed him whilst...
Alright, it's doing too much now. Now you're just doing too much.
He was live
They're doing too much to this dude. Just let him...
reading out his full social security number.
That's
and
crazy. All because he's copying... Like, look, dude, just look, the copy's not going to be successful. Alright? You don't need to go and dox the dude's social security number. It's crazy work, man. That's where we're putting our attention to.
him, calls him out for not living in Texas and LARPing that he does, and then they proceed to read out his current address, which understandably results in a reaction of him looking at the camera like he had just witnessed a second Hiroshima.
That's gotta be wild.
I like how you lied about being from Texas when you live at...
I don't live there, buddy.
Really? Because your wife does.
You can actually find a lot of hate posts about him just showing his address, which is fucked up because he has a wife and kids, and you are potentially
yeah, that's doing too much, man. It's at the end of the day, it's just streaming a video game, right? You don't need to dip your fingers into someone's real world. You don't need to dip your finger in someone's real world pudding, and you know what I mean?
Shouldn't do this, but from the outside, with all of this happening, it has not hindered his activity at all. He seems to have more viewership than ever since he became the faithful sheriff, but obviously it has somewhat affected the BurntPeanut brand and potentially added to the next problem Peanut has been facing.
Mr. Silly! A little bit of goop. A little bit of goop. Wow, I'm such a chud.
Now the last problem
What is this
something
audio?
I mentioned at the start of the video, which is when you get as big as Peanut and you are basically everywhere on
How I feel on Snapchat every time this filter pops up. You watch BurntPeanut.
most platforms. I think even I've been barraged by Peanut clips on my beloved Instagram Reels.
So,
and although it's
what does that have to do with the video at all? What was the point of that?
Also his audience, but
anyone else, man, obsessed with...
Regardless, it still leads to the same result, which is that people get quickly tired of seeing you and in some cases just start to hate you. But for the BurntPeanut in this case, it's
Let's be honest, I think people who come across his videos and they get recommended, like, that's not his fault, you know what I mean? That's just YouTube pushing him into the algorithm super hard. You know what I mean? Like, say I'm suggested BurntPeanut content, I don't care about BurntPeanut. Like, just dislike it and move on so YouTube knows not to recommend you this content anymore. Right? I mean, I don't want to sit here and go downvoting everybody. Or just put not interested. On these videos, you can put not interested. Right? And then you're going to go so far to develop a hate for somebody because YouTube is pushing them into your algorithm.
probably the fastest I've ever seen this happen because he only blew up like 4 to 5 months ago, and already both him, his audience, and even his catchphrases have been designated as cringe. Currently, it's looking like the reputation
When my wife's boyfriends say I can't watch the...
being a BurntPeanut
Okay,
fan
it's the
is
same
probably on
caption we've
same
seen
levels as
15
being a
times.
Has-been hotel fan.
I'm gooping it. I'm gooping it. This is the best part. This is the best part. Just wait. Just wait.
Holy shit, this is a pick-me. This is pick-me action right here, guys.
Hate for Mr. Nut is so forced because how can you hate him? He's just a silly little guy. Mr. Silly. Too silly.
A little bit of goop.
Hey, nice espresso maker.
It's even got to the point where people act like the BurntPeanut had beheaded each of their family members in front of them with how mad they are when it comes to talking about him.
The BurntPeanut has no choice but to rely on an AI avatar to pull viewers in. Why exactly?
An AI is there even an AI avatar?
Brutal and classic example.
Some people would go crazy with the AI accusations. They blame you know what I mean?
Of the BP. If he were to show his face on stream, he would get 0 viewers because his
I don't think that at all. I don't think that at all. I think the biggest thing about him is the energy he delivers on stream, right? And I mean, it goes back to what I say. You know, if he was showing his real face and all this and that, maybe he'd be 5-10% less popular. Maybe if that, 10% is a stretch. Maybe 5% less popular, right? Just because people see a certain face, they just don't relate to it. They don't like it, whatever. You know what I mean? They move on, right? But the Peanut, like I said, captures a wider variety.
Oh, you're not Wider funny. audience. You don't make your family laugh at the dinner table. I know you don't. What do you tell them? Yeah, I'm just a fucking peanut. I have a peanut mascot on, and I'll turn to the side and open my mouth. The kids love it, saying that, nigga, you are lame.
This seems to have been a thing that only recently
That's just pure jealousy.
happened because some people are confused how he went from generally loved to now widely hated.
I don't even think he's widely hated. I think a lot of times videos like this that, they title is, why is Peanut hated? I think it's an attention grabber, right? People talk about, every time someone blows up, you start seeing these videos about, oh, why is XYZ hated? And it's like, there's 2 people that watch this video, right? It's people who just, for some reason, want to hate on everybody that's super popular or something like that, super trendy. just because they want to hate on him, right? Those people will click that video. Like, okay, they feel validated. Like, oh yes, there's other people that dislike this guy too. Let me watch it. And then on the other side of the table, there's people who like say they really like BurntPeanut, and they're like, what? People hate BurntPeanut? Like, why? Like, let me watch this video. I think literally these videos are just like manufactured, like, dislikeness or hate on somebody because it pulls in a lot of views.
Blamed it on the fans on the older side of his audience, more accurately the millennials, citing the videos of them unironically repeating some of his catchphrases. But come on, millennials got completely fucked when it came to the housing market. Let them have their fun. But was it down to the fans of the BurntPeanut that he's now considered cringe? I don't necessarily think so. Yes, there are a few posts I've seen that may have contributed to it, and I don't think
I mean, these are people, listen, even something like this, right?
Yes, there are.
This is a guy trying to literally farm views off of BurntPeanut. Like, in a way, you know what I mean? Like, if... I'm just going to move on. We're just going to keep going down the tracks.
Contributed to it, and I don't think it's down to the behavior of the BurntPeanut himself.
Maybe not. Let me just forget about it. What?
Does. He hasn't really changed enough from what I've seen to warrant
this freaking
shift.
turkey fit?
I think it's just the internet being the internet and the
100%.
combination of blowing up so fast and being everywhere to the point where it
100%. I mean, a lot of people just don't, you know, I mean, they don't know this person. It gets pushed on them constantly. You can't hate the BurntPeanut because YouTube pushes content onto you, though. You know what I mean?
gets someone
very immature, okay?
Annoying to people, or you don't hold the same value than you did previously because you're mainstream now, and it's to the point where maybe your grandma is even saying things like,
I thought those were meatballs on the table,
quoting him directly. So I guess it's not as cool as when he was more of a niche streamer. But yeah, it's quickly shifted from the BurntPeanut being widely praised to now people expressing how they're tired of seeing him and his audience.
I think there's people that's being ignored. Does this say Dreamer Goy?
So in conclusion, the BurntPeanut currently is seeing something that affects most people that get popular rather fast. Does it mean his online career is over and he's doomed to fall off? No, this will come and pass. A lot of the clones will, I assume, die off unless we do actually see what we saw with VTubers, where they do successfully branch away from being associated with Peanut. The criticism towards his content and fans is going to be around for a while. We are seeing a Pat God-like situation with this.
What is Pat God? What? Pat God fan attempts to fight back against boys and gets...
eventually move on. However, currently the Peanut is doing fine. He's just as big and he's still one of the top streamers. Yes, these problems may have tainted his reputation.
Is this the Peanut that's a fart fetishist and sends unsolicited... Okay, so the fart one is the other copycat guy. Wait. The BurntPeanut responded to a viewer who asked, "Why is your stream in 360p?" He said, "It just looks like that because the houses in your country are made of sticks and clay. You live in a thermal country, sir." If I could just absolute roasting somebody.
Reputation and brand, but I think long term he'll be fine. But yeah. That's it. If you're using Linux to watch this right now, we get it, you're a femboy. But make sure to uninstall the French language pack. It's been causing performance issues.
Is this just the ad?
Systems. But that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
Alright.
VTubing suit.
That's it, guys. We've arrived at the station. Alright? I know you want more takes on other random YouTubers, but that's not what the video is about. Alright? Anyways, guys, we're here. You gotta step off the platform. And as always, I will see you at the next station. Bye-bye.